Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. I'm Yomesh Gupta, and today in this video we are going to talk about building a real-world autocomplete using React.js. This question can be a good front-end interview question in machine coding round or can be asked as a take-home assignment also. But before starting the video, I would like to ask you to like, share, and subscribe like a dedicated YouTuber I am. So please do like, share, and subscribe so that we can get motivated and create more content like this. So let's get started. So in this video, we are going to build this payment form, but for the sake of simplicity and time, we are not going to build the entire form. We are going to build the autocomplete part of it. Now let's see, we have a payment form here where we can enter our UPI ID. This is like just other any you go to a payment gateway or you go to, let's say, uh, any search box on any e-commerce or any site, and you type something and you are getting search results or something of that sort. So here we can enter the UPI ID. So if I start typing, I and as soon as I hit at the rate, I get a list of predictions what could be the possible bank name I want to enter in my UPI ID. And by default I am getting okay access as the first prediction, and this is the list of predictions, or you can say suggestions. Now if I start typing okay, then it filters out the list. If I say HDFC, then it filters out and it updates the prediction also. And if I click on the right arrow of the keyboard, then it fills the value with the you know the predicted value or the value it seems most likely. And if I start deleting, then I get the suggestion list back. And if I write any other thing, that Paytm, then I get this. If I type RBL, then RBL. And if I if I have a list and I clean it, then the list goes away. Now there are a couple of cases here which we need to take care of. Let's say if user types at the rate first and then start typing okay HDFC, then we don't have to show the list here because we there is no the unique identifier, so we are not showing the list bank name here. Also, there are certain quirks while implementing this. There would be certain cases which we are not going to implement as of now, but by the end of this video we'll have a conversation about it, that what are those cases, what are the advanced techniques, and how to take this forward, and what are the next steps. So without any further ado, let's move on to the implementation part. So this is the basic, files we have as of now. We have this app component that renders the form. In this, we have this image and a form component. The form component is just a plain old functional component which returns an HTML form with a, as of now, a button, pay now button, and nothing too fancy about it. Then uh, we have a constant where as of now we are hard coding all the UPI handles or the bank names and graphic URL and as simple constants, and we already have styling here defined, all the styling of the form. So this could be a round where in machine coding round where the interviewer can focus on attention to detail, that how you're structuring your code, how you're writing CSS, how you're handling certain CSS cases. In as of now I've written a basic CSS of it. You can optimize or you can write or style as much or in whatever way you want. So the interviewer can judge you on your CSS skills here also. So now coming back to the form, let's see what we have to implement. So to start with, let's get our basic input working. This is the input where user will enter their UPI ID. So we need an input form with type text. We know the pattern of this, that there has to be one element before at the rate and any number of elements after a character, sorry, after that. This the placeholder would be enter your UPI ID. Then we need, let's disable these auto complete or spell check off, and let's control the value. So we have UPI ID, set UPI ID, use state. This is, let's write a function to handle this, handle UPI ID change. Here we have value and we do set UPI ID to value. Now we pass these things here. So this would be UPI ID and this would be on change would be handle UPI ID. As simple as that. So if we type anything, we are, so our basic uh, UPI ID input field is working now. As simple as that. Very. If we see our final implementation, as we type, there has to be, predicted value or the suggestion here. So how are we going to show this suggestion? So for now, what let's do is that let's make another input box and again type text. Uh, this will be the prediction. So let's create a variable prediction here and on change we don't want anything as of now, so let's write no op. We don't have any variable called prediction, so let's make that first. Prediction, set prediction, and new state would be empty area. So now we have two input fields here. Let's do one this, let prediction would be value itself for now. So if I type here Umesh, then both our input fields are updating. But we want that if we type okay, then the prediction would should show okay access completed or okay HTFC whatever. So let's see how can we do that. For that, first we need to find what are the predicted values. What is the next possible or best possible prediction? So let's import the bank UPI handles here, and in this we what we do here is that, let's comment out this for now. From what user is typing as of now, we are we are going to get this. We are going to get VPA, which is the virtual private address, and at the rate bank name. So it example of this could be Umesh at the rate okay access. So we have to find what is the bank name, what is the characters which user is typing for the bank name, what could be the possible bank name. So here we will split this. We will take the value and we'll split it at the rate, and here we are going to get two part. One is which is current user VPA and current user bank name. Okay, we are going to get two parts now. From the current user bank name, we need to find which is the best possible, best matched bank name from our list of bank names. So what we are going to do here is that we are going to create a regex for this. Let's say uh, user bank name regex and new. Here we are going to pass current user bank name, and from our list of bank names with which all these things, OK Access, RBI, UPI, All Bank, Axis Bank, Bandhan, and all, we will iterate over all the values and we will find the value which, or filter out the values which best match our current value. So matched bank names would be bank UPI handles dot filter. Because it's an array, we will have bank name here, and we are going to return, let's go a little bit, we are going to return the user bank name. We will test against this regex. And so if I console log it now, as of now, just let's console log it, matched bank names, just to see what is the output. So let's clear this. Let's refresh this and let's type again. So Nish at the rate. So as of now, we are getting everything because we don't have any bank, any character. So, but if I start typing OK access, then we are getting four characters OK access. And if I type OK HDFC, then we are getting HDFC as the best matched value. So for now, since we need the best matched value as of now, which we are going to consider as the first element of the array. So what we are going to do is that we are going to say that current uh, predicted bank name, let's keep it as value as 0. So yes, obviously there could be a case where we don't find any matched bank name, that there is we type any random character and we don't find. So let's handle that case also here. So let so if we have user current user, if we have any bank name, let's say user entered any bank name, but we don't get any matched bank names, that means the length is 0. That means that current predicted bank name would be empty string. This is the case if user types, let's say Umesh at the rate any random string. So in this case, our bank matched bank names array would be an empty array. That is the case here. So we will prediction set prediction as current user VPA at the rate current predicted bank name. So let's test this out. So if I type Umesh at, so this is as of now showing a undefined. We will fix that case also. So at the rate OK access, but as of now, if we are typing, then it updates the prediction. But there is a case why it's showing undefined. That means that something is happening wrong. So if we come here and we check, we have to only show this when at the rate is present. So that means that if value negate, if value does not includes at the rate, then our prediction would be an empty string and we have to return from here. So if we refresh here and we type now, if value includes, did I type it right? See, it will only show up when we add at the rate. That is the only time we want to show the prediction. And if we delete it, then it's gone. So there are certain edge cases where which we can handle as of now. Let's say if we type Umesh, so we are not getting any prediction, and at the rate after we type at the rate, we are getting the prediction. We can change this, that once we start typing, our prediction also updates. So let's say if I add value or and just simply value or an empty string and I do this, so it goes back to a normal implementation where it updates, and as soon as we write at the rate, it updates the prediction. One more case here would be that if we just type at the rate, then we are getting OK access. So that means that there is no user VPA. So when we find this current user VPA, so we can do here is that if we don't have current user VPA, then we simply just return. So in this case, if I start typing Umesh or just at the rate, then we are not getting anything. There is no prediction here. But as soon as we typing and provide an at the rate where virtual private address is mentioned, then we get OK access. So now if I type the UPI ID and enter at the rate, then I getting the prediction. But if you see our original implementation, that when we type OK access or just OK, we click on the right arrow, then it completes the prediction. Is we get the our input field is pre-filled with the predicted value. But here if we type OK and I type HDFC, I am getting the prediction in the upper field, but on right click, I'm not, it is not updating our current input field. So how can we handle that? So let's define a function here first. Let's check this out, that constant handle key press down. And in this case, for now, let's console log the event on key press down, or let's just keep on key press. I think I think the event is on key down. I think, yeah, on key down, and handle key press. So if we go here and we check the console log, we just refresh it. And if I type Y, and if I click on right arrow, then I'm getting one more event here, where if we scroll down, the type is key down. We are getting, in this event, we need a couple of values. One is, let's say, code, which is arrow right. We can have let's say what else, yeah, key code, which is 39, and which is 39. These are the values which are provided by React, which and all. So we can take these values out of the event. So let's say we need which is, let's say, for now, -1 code, or the other one was key code, I think, which was also -1. We had code which was arrow right. Let's say the default value is empty string from the event. Now we have to check if is right arrow click. If it is, the that is equal to 39, or key code is equal to 39, or code dot to lower case is equal to arrow right, then what we do is that we set uh, our UPI ID as the current prediction we have. And what we do is, okay, if is right arrow click, then we set this and we remove this. So now if I refresh and test this, that image at the rate, okay, and if I right click on the keyboard, then it's completed. See, so we build the functionalities that we are showing the predicted values. We are showing that if we right click on the keyboard, then it is completed. As we start typing, then our prediction updates. But if we see in our demo, then it is showing as a singular value, and it is showing at the same place, in place kind of a thing. So how can we do that? It's pretty simple as of now, that we just superimpose the input fields, stack them on top of each other. So for that, let's say we move them in a div with class name input container. So they move inside a div, and the CSS for this is already written, that if we and we remove this. So we basically, what we are doing is that our input container is relative, and the we are the first child, which is, this is the prediction. So this is the prediction, and this last child is basically our UPI ID. We are just stacking on top of each other. We are making the prediction as absolute and placing it on top of it, and we are decreasing the opacity to give that look. So now if I type Umesh at the rate, okay, so since prediction the z index of the UPI ID is above, so it's showing first and the input box is showing first, and that's why the on change event of the input element UPI ID input element is working. And it's updating and we are getting the okay access, and if I right click on the keyboard, then it's completed, and if I remove everything, then it's clear, we don't have anything. And as we type, then it is updating. Our prediction is basically getting updated. The second input field is getting updated, and it has a lower z index, that's why it's in the background. So we did the functionality, we did the styling and everything. The only thing I think left now is the, this list of items which we were getting in the demo. So let's implement that. So for that, we need a variable called predictions, predictions and set predictions. Yeah. And for now it is an empty array, and we will render it below here that if we have predictions dot length, then we will render a list, else we will, it is null. Inside this list we will have a, we will iterate over all the predictions dot map. We will have the prediction, it will return an li element where prediction would be the value, and let's add a key. So as of now, nothing, the list is not rendering because the we have set the initial value as an empty array, but we are not updating it. But if you remember, we already find the matched bank names here. So we can just simply, for now, let's set these predictions here. We set matched bank names. So if we go, so we are getting the list, and as we start typing, it updates. But there, you as you can see, we clicked on the right arrow, but it doesn't update. I mean, our list is still there, we have to hide those. So let's handle those cases also here. So if it is the right arrow click, then we just simply do let predictions as an empty array. So let's refresh this. So okay access, we click on the right arrow, our list is gone. there are there are other cases also where we have to handle this case, like if we deleted the at the rate but still the list is here, it should not be there. So we can handle it here, that if there is no at the rate in the value, then set predictions as empty array. So let's refresh this. So image at the rate okay access, and if we delete, then it's gone. So we are showing the list now, but if I click on any of the list items, then nothing happens. So let's fix that. So here we have on click, let's say handle bank name, handle bank name click. Let's name that. We define the function here, but we need that value. So let's add a data attribute, handle bank name as a prediction. And if we go here, then we take that out. So we take the target from the event, and current bank name would be uh, target dot get attribute data bank name. We need to show the entire value. So we need the current user VPA, which we can get from UPI ID, I think, which we have as of now. UPI ID dot split at the rate. So our updated UPI ID would be current bank name, no, current user BPA at the right current bank name. We set this as UPI ID, updated UPI ID. This would be our prediction also, and our we should hide the list. So let's set this as empty array. Let's refresh this. Let's test it out. Image at the rate. Let's click on all bank, and it's gone. And if we start, it's working. So we built everything from, prediction of pre-filling the prediction on user action, then list of items. We click on handling of that and all those things. But let's talk about the, next steps and things which we haven't taken care of yet. So first one is keyboard handling of predictions. We are showing a list, but if ideally user should click on the down arrow and the list item should be selected. So that is something you can build into your solution. That handling of that, making it more accessible also at the same time. That is one thing. The second thing would be real world API usage. As of now, we are hard coding all the bank handles, all the bank names, but interviewer might ask you or might give you an API and might ask you to implement, integrate that API, maybe make a fetch call or anything, and you have to get the predictions or list of predictions and so on from the backend. So implementing that would be a case here. Now, at the same time, when you implement an API, now if you type any character, then on every character an API call you are going to make. So to optimize that, user might ask you to implement debouncing, which would be an extended case of here, and they might ask you to either use debouncing from any library like Lodash, or might ask you to implement debouncing on your own. So read about that. Now, at the one thing, one more case would be that every time if you type OK, then you're getting four output. Every time you don't want to that every time user types OK, you fetch a API. So you can make a cache key value pair, a sort of a dictionary where for every valid keyword you're for which you're getting some results, you cache it, you store it on your local component or something, and if user deletes and enter the same keywords, then you show it from the local cache rather than making an API call. Optimizing on that. Improved matching algorithm could be one, where if as of now if we type just HDFC, then we are not getting anything. uh, we should show, or we might show OK HDFC or something. So that could be a possible prediction, or something like did you mean, sort of a thing. So that is one thing, and there could be endless possibilities here. It could be a take home assignment where, as we talked about, user can give you a lot more use cases, or a lot other things, endless things. Maybe they can ask you that if you click on pay now, then you have to show some sort of a timer, and after the timer you have to show either a success or error screen. Now that timer could be a custom hook, which we talked about in one of our previous interview questions, that they might ask you to implement a custom timer hook. So that's more of an advanced thing, coupling these things. So that brings end to our video. I hope you like the implementation I showed you in the video. If you think that something could be improved and there could be better ways, and you want to extend this question, or maybe try want to implement it on your own way, then please do share your links in the comments or reach out to me. And as always, do like, share, and subscribe so that we keep on creating such content for you and for everyone in the community. Thank you, everyone. Have a nice day. Bye bye.